Hi, Barrick. Hi, Solar. How are y'all doing? Okay, so, how long has it been since I played Celeste? It was like, what was it? My anniversary stream? Ooh, that's an ultra. It's been a few minutes. I gotta warm my hands up. Realistically, jumping directly into an expert level is a bad idea. I always do this shit, though. I really hope that that's not a chained ultra. I don't think I have to do chained ultras, because I think that's a Grandmaster tech, but play Celeste once every 1 to 2 months and always ask how long it was since I last played, because it always feels longer than it actually is. Also, hi, Ender. Also, in case anybody forgot the gimmick of this level, if you dash while you're overlapped with one of these, you die. Chained Echo. An entire chain of echoes. I'm so rusty at doing ultras. I'm not getting nearly enough distance off of that. Oh, wait, I'm gonna need to keep my dash there. I can't cheat that. A chain of memories. Okay, so I do an ultra there to get over to here. Actually, wait, no, that doesn't work because that's not how the dash block works. I should actually just be able to dash through that as long as I'm not overlapped with the lasers. Then I use the block momentum to do a wall bounce here. Probably grab onto this side, jump over, and then do a wave off of this while it's falling. Oh, wait, I don't even need to do it while it's falling. There's a block there to catch it. Okay. I wanna do more edited stuff, like just in general. Like, I want to make some like stream highlights. I'm just completely unsure as to how to go about doing stream highlights for a game like Celeste, because like with regards to like a story-based game like Xenoblade 2, I could make stream highlights of that. That's just like, oh, you know, okay, here's the main story stuff. And then here's all the bits in between where I was, you know, talking. But with Celeste, it just kind of becomes the issue of how much do I cut? Honestly, that's always the issue that I have when I'm working with editing. Because it's a tough balance to strike.
Hi, Mystic. How are you? Maddie the girl. I just woke up. I feel like I've just woken up. I'm really fucking tired. Oh, interesting. No cat. Did me hitting the block play the bonk sound? I don't think so, but I do have the bonk mod installed still. Oh, I also installed and fucked around with Monica's D-sides a little bit. Potentially something to do in the future. Oh, wait. Oh, that was the wrong button. I didn't mean to save a state there. Oops. I think I'm supposed to do a block boost ultra here. I think what I'm supposed to do is rather than landing on the block as it falls, I need to dash back left to grab onto this, and then use the momentum to do a block ultra through here. I still really love the bonk mod. It's such a goofy little mod to just add in. There's a mod that Pretzel uses that it replaces the little like death explosion with the Deltarune explosion. If you know, you know what the Deltarune explosion PNG is. I think Pretzel also uses the one that gives Madeline cat ears as well. You know, I wonder if I should start doing like channel point predictions for Celeste. That's just like, will Maddie finish this room within the next like 30 minutes? Give my chat the ability to gamble away their life savings of channel points. A 4-hour room, bottom text. Ugh, God. Somebody thought that that level was a green level. Like,
some crazy modded Celeste dev thought that a change in direction should be a green level. A change in direction should not be a green level. Anything that requires you to do dream hypers should not be a green level. I actually really like the flow of this room. This is a neat room. I keep doing that by accident. Like, I keep holding slightly too far down. I hope my controller isn't starting to go out. I literally just got this, like... Well, I say I literally just got it, but... It has been a little bit. I do have to say, I think I'm getting, like, decently consistent at this room already, which is a good sign. Like, getting even, like, the smallest modicum of consistency in a Celeste room like this instantly helps. It's just like, wow, now I can actually focus on, you know, the difficult stuff. I'm surprised I didn't clip the spikes there. You see, getting consistency is great right up until your brain randomly decides it wants to do something new. Sometimes I'll be doing like the same inputs, and then my brain will just be like, let's throw in a new input just for like spice, you know? Oh, come on. Mean to me. take a shot every time Maddie, you know, goes back to a game she hasn't played in a bit and is just like, man, I love this game. There we go. What? Oh, I didn't mean to save a state. Oops. I have for frame of reference, the reason why I keep accidentally saving states is because I have the dev binoculars on my right stick, but I have save state on my left stick. Hey. What crazy bullshit are you gonna use this for? This is a long ass room. Okay, so let's try to piece this together. So presumably it wants me to do, I think this is an ultra setup. I think this wants me to dash off of the block down onto this platform and then do a short hop and then do another down diagonal. It wants me to bounce there. Probably do a wave off of that. Oh, interesting. This might be a wave off the traffic block and then dashing down in front of it to intersect it, and then immediately doing an up dash to do a... Oh, wait, no. That's an ultra setup. Wow, this is just an ultra heavy room, isn't it? Hi, Erica. Come on. I don't even know what that was. Come on. I know it's my fault because I'm jumping too fast, but still. Come on. I know you can do it. Okay, so we're doing an ultra off of that to get over to here. Then I assume we use the momentum from the traffic block, jump up over this. I don't know exactly what kind of movement this wants from me. Maybe a hyper bunny hop. And then this is an ultra to get over to here, which then drops us down here, and we've got to do another ultra to get back over here. And then that's not even the entire room. It is most of the room, though. Come on. I hate when that happens. I know that it happens because I'm hitting the block weird, but still. I don't like this setup because I keep fucking it up. The worst part is that I know exactly how I'm messing it up, but I keep doing it. Gotta love those spinner hitboxes. Just need to actually, like, do the inputs for an ultra there. Damn it, I did it, and then I panicked. You know, parts of this song remind me of Metroid Prime. Wow, I don't even know what happened there. Actually, what keeps happening is I keep clipping the, I keep clipping the corner that I was grabbing onto earlier. Why did I get no momentum from that? I hate this setup. It's a very simple setup. I'm just very bad at it. Mean to me. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing wrong here. The problem is that the inputs have to be, like, really fast. And there's a very small margin of error. Come on. I believe in you, game. What? Trying to change my timing a little bit, but why did I do that? That was entirely my own fault. I'm dying in so many, like, weird ways. I hate that, like, the difference between getting my dash back there and not getting my dash back is, like, a single frame. I will be back in just a minute. I'm gonna hit you with a quick BRB. Okay, sorry about that. I can't wait to get to Grandmaster Lobby and then just I can't wait to get to Grandmaster Lobby and then all of a sudden my Celeste streams get even more spaced out than they already are. Part of my problem with like playing these really hard Celeste maps is that it takes a lot more to find the motivation to play expert levels than it does like even just like advanced levels. Even if some of those advanced levels were absolute bastards looking at you at the tower. But it's also one of those things of like, you know, I do enjoy doing this. It's just a matter of like, goddamn, Celeste map makers are built different. Like, I'm over here struggling to complete these levels normally, and then you got people who are doing like goldens on these. Meanwhile, I'm over here like I've goldened like the first 2 chapters of a vanilla Celeste, and that's it. Honestly, part of me feels like trying to do goldens on stream might be fun, but at the same time, in general, I find that goldens are kind of a pain in the ass. I don't know. I still need to stream Celeste Classic 2 and Celeste 64 as well. Why am I getting straight right dashes? No. Pain. Yeah, it's one of those things of like, I feel like if I really locked in, I could probably do most of the A-side Goldens. And probably most of the C-side ones as well. But the B-side Goldens are the really difficult ones. And then you got Farewell, and fuck if I'm even attempting that. People who have a 202 buried OG Celeste, like, you have my respect, but I'm also terrified of you. Come on. Yeah, the only reason that Seasides are the easiest to get the golden strawberries in is because they're 3 rooms long. Trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do over there. Yeah, I know for a fact I would definitely struggle with 7C. Trying to do B-side or C-side Goldens. Just because the last room in 7C is... The last room in 7C is the second worst room in the game. And it's only in second because of Farewell. Because the last room in Farewell is just... Oof. I hate that I can do that too good. Eight C can be rough, especially if you're not used to doing hypers. That last room is pretty difficult. Okay. I can't wait to finish this segment and then just immediately die, like... Realistically, I'll probably die on the transfer here. Either that or I won't get a proper ultra off of the traffic block here because I'm not good at doing ultras to the left. 65 whole streams of pointless machines. Hi, Sachi, how are you? Damn it. I actually saved that for a split second. Man, I've been feeling the monumental EP today. I even took a nap and it didn't help. Nice. Remind me again what okonomiyaki is. I know the name, my brain is just melting, as it tends to do whenever I play Celeste. Really? Vegetable pancake. Come on, game. Getting the ultra off of that second block feels completely random, honestly. Because sometimes it gives you exactly the right amount of speed to do an ultra off of it. What's the level gimmick? So these red beams, if you try to dash while overlapped with them, they explode you. Like this. Come on. Stop beating my inputs, please. Stop. Strawberry jam have golden berries? So, kind of. It's got silver berries that are functionally golden berries, and then the heart sides have golden berries. There's also a couple of other ones. There's like a timer berry as well. Actually, the timer berry might be spring collab. I'm not sure. Bowie. Hi, wizard. No cat. Come on, game, please. Please stop eating my inputs. It's probably not even an eaten input. It's probably just a matter of not having a dash when I actually press the dash button. At what point do I switch over to crossover collab and work on the either Minecraft or Omori levels that I've started but haven't finished? Crossover collab has this really big issue, at least to me, where all of the levels in crossover collab are gigantic. Like I've done 2 streams of the Minecraft level in crossover collab. I'm like 4 hours in and I still haven't finished it. Bonk. At least it's not farming Arteron. I mean, to be fair, farming Arteron is a pretty decent core crystal farm. It's just a matter of like, it's very repetitive. I wonder if the speedrun tool enables the debug map by default. I wonder if the game would freak out if I tried to open the debug map currently. I don't actually know what the button is for the debug map, but I do know that it exists. Yeah. I wish you luck if you decide to do Bearing Her Soul Solar. It's not required for anything except for you have to finish it to get her level 5 affinity tree, which is unfortunate because that means that she's capped at B rank trust, which hampers her damage output pretty significantly. I'm still not a fan of this intro setup here. Come on. Yeah, that doesn't work. I definitely did that wrong because I'm pretty sure that I need to have a dash when I hit this. The real question is, where does the small block here move? Like, actually, where do all of these blocks move? Oh god, is that a chained ultra setup? I'm so scared that I'm gonna hit a chained ultra because god am I bad at chained ultras. But yeah, unironically, I think Bearing Her Soul in Xenoblade 2 is one of the single worst side quests in a video game that I've ever finished. Like, there is no fun and engaging content in it. It is just waiting. The upside, it's really good for maxing out blade nodes. Yeah. especially if you have the blades to minimize the time requirement on them, because if you minimize the time requirement, they take like the like lessons take like they take like 2 minutes each at maximum efficiency. Come on. I don't know. I need to figure out what I'm actually gonna do next. Now that I'm free in heavy quotation marks from the Xenoblade 2 mines. Maybe I'll finally play Spyro 3, especially now that they've announced a new Spyro game. I also gotta say, I find it really funny with regards to the Xenoblade 2 affinity nodes thing. I find it really funny that most of the blades you can finish like a good chunk of their affinity charts by just, you know, sending them off on merc missions. But there is one blade who is basically precision designed to be like basically impossible to do anything with on merc missions, and it's Zenobia. Despite all of her complaining about, oh, I want to go fight strong monsters, if you try to send her off on merc missions to fight strong monsters, she will not do it. I don't know. I didn't actually watch like any of the trailers that got showed off today. I just heard secondhand about them. I heard that they finally showed off Persona 4 whatever the fuck. I heard that there was a Persona 6 trailer, apparently. Which, I mean, seems neat. Seems neat. We'll see, I guess. End of statement. It's basically confirmation that Persona 6 is happening, and that's like all that they showed off, basically, from what I've heard. It was effectively the same thing that they showed off for Persona 5, where it's basically just like a single picture. Yeah, I don't think there was like anything else that really caught my eye. I don't know. What is the Persona 4 like subtitle? Like, what is the remake subtitle for Persona 4? Oh, I also saw a whole bunch of Persona 3 fans being salty that for Revival or whatever it's called gets its golden content, but 3 Reload is still missing half of Portable's content. Persona 4 Revival. I still think they should have called it Persona 4 Reboot. Like, Revival fits as well, but like I feel like Reboot would have worked as well, just with regards to like, oh, we're rebooting a TV show. I guess Revival does kind of fit better, but I don't know. Persona 4 repurchase. Pre-reloads never getting the PSP content. Yeah. Hi, Bird. How are you? I don't know. I want to play the classic Persona games one of these days, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I've tried playing Persona 1 before, and Persona 1 is crunchy. We had a conversation the other night about like how there's some part of me that's genuinely like kind of surprised that Persona 4 Revival has the golden content in it, because Atlas hates making definitive versions of their games that are actually definitive. PSP version tried to make it a little less so, but it's got the crunch. See, here's the problem with the PSP version of it. PSP version doesn't have background experience. In fact, it barely even has foreground experience, because if you have all of your characters in the team, if you have if you have your party and then just have one person destroy a combat encounter with your entire party, nobody else gets experience. And I hate it when RPGs do that shit. That's why I feel like I'm gonna struggle whenever I get around to Final Fantasy X. Because Final Fantasy X kind of does that as well. FF10 totally does that. Yeah, it's every single combat cycle in everyone to do a defend action. Exactly. Like the thing with Final Fantasy X specifically is that Final Fantasy X doesn't, like, it's a binary, like, oh, you either get EXP for the fight or you don't get EXP for the fight. With Persona 1, it's based off of, like, the actions that each of your characters took, and it divvies it out, like, the total EXP between them. It's fucking weird. I don't know. The other thing is that chances are it's probably not even going to be a big issue whenever I get around to Persona 1. It's probably not even going to be that big of an issue because Persona 1 is apparently, like, dead easy. Not as easy as Persona 2 Innocent Sin, but... I don't actually know half the math in P1. Hey, Renz. How are you? Depending on your party's actions, you can get between 10% and 250% of the enemy's EXP value. Jeez. But yeah, I don't know. There hasn't really been... I'm trying to think of, like, if there was anything else during the announcements earlier today that, like, caught my eye, but not really. Persona 4 Revival being a strict golden remake really is just Atlas wants to secure their funds. You're not wrong. To be fair, like, I feel like I feel like they probably announced Persona 6 just out of a, like, everybody is fucking sick of us doing spin-offs for Persona 5 at this point. They released Persona 6 because one of the voice cast accidentally leaked it. Speaking of potential voice actor leaks, I know that this happened like 6 months ago, but I'm really curious as to what the leaked game is gonna be for Cosmos's voice actress. Because Cosmos's current voice actress had a new role a little, like, 6 months or so back, listed on whatever things as Cosmos. Metaphor's sales dropped off hard. I wonder if Metaphor's sales dropped off because like people were fully expecting Atlas to do an Atlas and be like, oh, 1 year later, here's Metaphor Refantasio, like whatever the insert adjective at the end. People are still expecting it, and yes, Alice has noticed it. I love a lot of Atlas games. I fucking hate Atlas as a company. They can't do that because there's already a re in Metaphor. I mean, you say that, but you say that like they wouldn't just make it like Metaphor or Refantasio Plus or some shit like that. I don't know. At what point does it stop becoming blame Atlas for this shit and start becoming blame Sega for this shit? Reimagined. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that people like there are people that complained about it before, but I'm surprised that it took as long as it did to hit the like point of everybody being like, Atlas, fucking cut this out. It's Atlas all the way down. I mean, Sega has also done some not great stuff in the most recent, like in the recent year. Delisting the original Yakuza 3 and the original versions of Yakuza 0 and 1, and I think 2 as well. Well, I say original versions, the Kiwami versions, the non-director's cut versions. Persona 3 Reload Reportable. I don't know. Ultimately, I did enjoy Persona 3 Reload. I do also still want to play one of the older versions of P3 as well. Honestly, I might do a P3P like FemC route playthrough at some point. Just because I think that would be neat. Yeah. I did see that. You wanna know the funniest fucking thing with regards to you wanna know the funniest thing with regards to the whole Persona 3 MC thing? Atlas is fully aware of how they like treat her as a character because it's literally her plot in Persona Q2. Her plot in Persona Q2 is literally like the rest of the characters being like, oh, you know, like you stand alongside the Persona cast as like your own character, and then it's just like, nah, FemC's not in Persona 3 Reload. It's like her whole plot in Persona Q2 as well. I don't know. I think there's some part of me deep down that is like, I think it would be really cool if Atlas like remade Persona 1 and 2 and the other Persona 2, but at the same time, knowing how Atlas has been for the last while, I don't think I trust them. Like, I think it would be really neat to see expansions on some of the characters from Q1 and 2. But the only time that Atlas likes to acknowledge that they exist is when they're doing anniversary art, and that's about it. At the PSP remakes, why are we complaining? It because they're locked on the PSP still. Because they're locked on the PSP still, and at least the Persona 1 remake on PSP changed the music. I know that people complain about that a lot. I've been on this room for so long, I'm starting to get a headache. Chat, have any of you ever just like randomly gone on like a Wikipedia deep dive in like for like games that publishers have made like before they got really big? is one of the ones that one of the neat ones that I found is there's an Atlas RPG on the PlayStation 2. I'm pretty sure it's pre-Persona 3. That's called Eternal Poison. That is a like Victorian era tactics RPG. And you know, of course, because it's a tactics RPG, it immediately caught my eye. That game that was in every freaking GameStop. I've heard that it's not great. It's very mediocre, like most Atlas games. I feel like most Atlas games are poorly paced. Oh, 100%. Atlas was only the Western publisher of Eternal Poison. Really? I thought that it was a developed game. I know that Atlas was a publisher like well into the PS3 era for like other game companies in Japan, but man, I think I've talked about it. I think I've talked about it before, but does anybody remember the like pre-Fire Emblem Three Houses, like supposedly leaked Fire Emblem game for the Switch that was like people started nicknaming it Castlevania Emblem? I've mentioned this before. Probably mentioned this last time I played Celeste, honestly. It's because the Awakening Artist did art for a gacha mobile game. Yeah. God, like, I think that would be so cool. Like, honestly, we need more, like, we need more vampire games that are like actually built like that instead of like I want more Castlevania-esque vampire games. Oh, we actually did see more of the new Castlevania as well. That seems neat. I'm glad that Konami seems to be letting people, you know, use their IPs. Hoping it's not a Castle Shuffles and Subsequent Runs game. Yeah, I hope that it's not a roguelike. Like, if anything, put that in as a mode like they did with Bloodstained. Bloodstained has a randomizer mode built into the game. Konami has figured out that they can do nothing and collect money. I mean, to be fair, at least they're handing out the licenses to their games to people who actually give a damn. Have a good day at work, Wizard. I still find it crazy that, like, there was a good long while where both Metroid and Castlevania were just dead. Like, hell, Castlevania is literally getting its first game in like a decade at this point, if not longer. I think the last Castlevania game pre this new one is like Lords of Shadow 2, which was like a middle PS3 era game, I want to say, if not a late PS3 era game. And then after Metroid Other M came out, Nintendo didn't want to do anything with Metroid. I have not played DDR. I don't know. It always makes me sad whenever I think about like game franchises that are like well beloved but have just been neglected. And the unfortunate thing is that it's becoming more and more common because games take so fucking long to develop nowadays. Like Castlevania. Castlevania hasn't had a game in like a decade. As much as I love it, there hasn't been a new Ace Attorney game that isn't like a remaster or re-release in 10 years. Spirit of Justice came out 10 years ago, like 10 years ago, I believe, like 3 or 4 days ago. It's, jeez. Capcom, give us Ace Attorney 7, please. Capcom's eternal odd pacing of sequels. I mean, it's only really odd pacing if it isn't, Capcom's odd pacing with regards to sequels is only really a factor if it isn't, Resident Evil or Monster Hunter. If it's Resident Evil or Monster Hunter, you like, it doesn't matter how long it's been, they've got something in the tank working on it. Yeah, and Mega Man's just like, Mega Man and Ace Attorney are like rotting in a ditch outside. At least Mega Man has a new game coming. At least Mega Man 12 is real, but You see, like, Ace Attorney and Mega Man fans have it rough, but they don't have it nearly as rough as the most neglected Capcom series, Darkstalkers. Rest in peace, Darkstalkers. You haven't had a game in like 2 decades at this point. I've played a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Everyone loves the characters of Darkstalkers, they just don't want to make another one and have it compete with Street Fighter. I think that's kind of the same mentality that Nintendo's got with F-Zero. That plus like, Nintendo really likes to be like, okay, we can't do anything with this series if we can't come up with something brand new for it. And it's one of my biggest pet peeves with Nintendo. They're just like, people won't like it if we don't have some sort of new gimmick to bolt on top of it. Meanwhile, F-Zero fans are over here like they've drowned in the pool long ago. The only thing they've had since the GameCube era is F-Zero 99, which admittedly F-Zero 99 is pretty neat, but it's not like it's not amazing. Honestly, I feel like if they don't want the Darkstalkers characters to conflict with Street Fighter, they should just put them in as DLC fighters in Street Fighter. Show me a Street Fighter 6 hyper-realistic Morrigan. Hi, Erica. How are you? How is it that every time I play Celeste, I always get onto fucking game industry talk? Server died, so friend. But yeah, I hope aside from your server dying, I hope that your stream went well. Gets into world scaling issues because almost all the Darkstalkers cast can fold the entire Street Fighter cast, minus maybe Akuma. You see, then you can do the Guilty Gear Strive thing of I'm just imagining Morrigan like doing the thing that Slayer does in Guilty Gear Strive, where when you win a match against him, he just poses in the foreground instead of actually like going unconscious. I love how behemothly fucked the power scaling of Guilty Gear is. It's like, what do you mean you can play as a what do you mean you can play as an immortal vampire who's lived for thousands of years? And also the world's angriest man, and also a plastic surgeon, and also a small girl with a large anchor. And a non-binary individual with a cool scythe that unfortunately has not gotten any buffs since they came out. And I'm so sorry, Testament mains. Hi, Abigail. Oh my god. Very tired, EP. I don't know. I'll always be surprised that Microsoft hasn't ever done anything. They did one thing with Banjo-Kazooie and then decided to put Banjo-Kazooie in the Forever box. And then they let Banjo-Kazooie be in Smash Bros. And then didn't capitalize on it. They made one thing that a lot of people don't like, and then banished to the Forever Void. I still gotta play Banjo-Tooie one of these days. Come on. What have you missed? Where did you leave off at, Bird? In terms of actual game, you haven't missed like anything. We're still on the same room. metaphor of possible re-releases. You missed me talking about Capcom and neglecting their franchises, as long as their franchises aren't Monster Hunter or Resident Evil. And I mean, admittedly, I do love Monster Hunter, and I'm very excited for the Monster Hunter Wilds expansion, but it's like give some love to the Ace Attorney fans over here. We've been starving for a decade. Talking about the meme you posted? Oh wait, you did post that meme. Completely coincidental, actually, Barrick, believe it or not. Though, much like the meme that you posted, I did also bring up Darkstalkers. We got there because we were talking about Konami. And I was like, oh, like, at least Konami is, like, licensing out their properties to people who actually give a damn about them. Like, we're getting a new Castlevania game by the devs of Dead Cells. We've got there's a Silent Hill 2 remake, which is apparently pretty good, and a on the way Silent Hill 1 remake from the same team. I actually don't know. Was Metal Gear Solid Delta any good? I haven't heard that it was bad, so I would assume that it's at least passable. Damn it. Trying to think of other series that have just been like sitting neglected. Like Spyro is finally getting a new game. Crash kind of got a new game. Like Crash got Crash 4, but Crash 4 is Crash 4 is like 7 or 8 years ago at this point. It's actually probably less than that, but still. Pour one out for the fans of any PlayStation 1 IP. New Star Fox, apparently. You know, I don't hate the look of the new Star Fox. Also, new is incredibly subjective in that statement, because it's another Star Fox 64 remake. Nintendo really went. Oh, we made two original or 3 original games after Star Fox 64, and people didn't like them. Let's never do anything new with this franchise ever again. Because they made Star Fox Adventures, which wasn't even originally a Star Fox game. That was a game that was already in development and then had Star Fox bolted on top of it. Then there was Star Fox Assault, which I actually have played a little bit of Star Fox Assault. And Star Fox Assault is neat. Star Fox gets criticized once and fucking dies. It's better than what F-Zero's got. F-Zero hasn't even had any re-releases of like F-Zero GX. I guess outside of like it being on Nintendo Switch Online, and that's like it. There was the whatchamacallit Battle for Atlas. Yeah, Starlink. You see, the problem with that is that Starlink isn't actually a Nintendo property. It had a special R-Wing figure that was compatible with it that you could use to play as an R-Wing in it. But it was like it's kind of like the Minecraft Mario stuff where it's only available on the Nintendo systems. It was a Ubisoft game, yeah. I don't know. We're sitting in a weird spot with like Metroid, because Metroid just had a big game. Metroid just had Metroid Prime 4. And like it was fine. Like I have my issues with Prime 4, but like it wasn't awful. The real question is whether or not they're gonna, you know, continue. Will the next Nintendo Direct have Metroid 6? Probably not, but I don't know. I'm still holding out for Xenoblade 4 at like a Nintendo Direct sometime soon. Like there was X Definitive Edition last year, but man, you want to know what's a really cool game that nobody talks about anymore? It is kind of, frankly, a little bit insane that it exists at all. Chat, do any of you remember Cadence of Hyrule? The Crypt of the Necrodancer spin-off? Cadence of Hyrule rocks, actually. Like, that game... I like Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'm really fucking bad at it. But, Cadence of Hyrule, I've beaten before, and, like, that's a... It's a very fun game. I never played the DLC for it, because... how many of you that knew about Cadence of Hyrule knew that it had a DLC that was themed around Majora's Mask? It does? Yeah, go check the eShop like right now. It's called Cadence of Hyrule Symphony of the Mask. One of these days I should stream Rift of the Necrodancer. I think it's kind of funny that Rift of the Necrodancer is like a full-fledged rhythm game instead of a rhythm roguelike. But it also is kind of rhythm heaven in one of the side modes. One of the side modes for it is basically just rhythm heaven. Pour one out for all the rhythm heaven fans. I know that rhythm heaven, what is it, Fever, I think, is supposed to be coming out soon. TM. But it got announced and then no information was spoken about it, and now it's just kind of sitting there and it's probably gonna die on arrival. Unless it's already out. If it's already out, that would be even more sad because I didn't even know it was out. Chat, do you think Celeste streams are like my just chatting streams? Like, these are my equivalent of a just chatting stream, where I get stuck on one room for 2 hours and we just vibe and have a conversation. Did you know that the Switch version of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker has a has DLC? For what I've heard, it's actually like a decently substantial DLC as well. They just kind of shadow dropped it. Now, I wonder how many deaths I have in this one room. I don't know. I kind of said it and then I said it and then I haven't kind of stuck to it. I want to play some more like niche games. Like, I guess I did play Kid Icarus Uprising, but I need to I want to play the rest of the Blaster Master Zero trilogy. I know that those aren't like extremely niche, but I'm surprised that that worked. Ah, that didn't. Damn. I wonder if I have the vocal strength to do Stories from Seoul, the Gundog soon. I also still need to go back and do Of the Devil Chapter 2. Though I feel like Of the Devil Chapter 2 is definitely gonna fuck with my voice. I have completed one room in this entire stream. This is one of those rooms where, like, technically speaking, the stuff that I have to do isn't actually, like, that difficult. It's just a matter of stringing it all together. And there's such a small margin of error. Come on, that's not what I pressed. How did that not? Come on, I hate that ultra setup. I'm so bad at ultras, game. Please, give me a bone. Yo, hi Kettlebug, how are you? How was your stream? What were you streaming? For those of you who don't already know me, hi, I'm Maddie. I'm a variety streamer. I stream lots of RPGs, lots of visual novels. We're currently working on some very difficult Celeste.
And I've also been told that I have a really nice voice.
But yeah, I hope your stream was good. What were you streaming? Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Nice. Oh, that was so close. Come on. Well, I've been stuck on this room for about 2 hours. But honestly, that's pretty par for the course, so it's going all right. Hi, Ansia, how are you? Sounds about right for Celeste. I mean, like, you can see the shit that I'm doing. Like, it certainly is an expert level. Been stuck in this room for 2 hours. Yeah, that's a pretty apt, it's a pretty good way of being introduced to this stream currently. Doing okay? Good to hear. Come on. Dang it. I hate how the first segment of this room is the hardest part. Like, getting through that segment with your dash intact is surprisingly frustrating. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, that's upsetting. It ate my jump input because I input slightly out of weird funky time. Ah, dang it. Another eaten jump input. Well, I say eat and jump input. That one was probably just I wasn't considered grounded when I hit the jump button, and I was outside of the buffer zone for that. I probably just hit jump too early there. I'm surprised that worked right up until it didn't. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. Oh god, it's still the same room. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, Solar. That one. That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. Been fun watching, sort of like ASMR. Yeah, I made the joke earlier that Celeste is basically my just chatting game. To be fair, I wasn't in the Lady of Pain maze for that long, Sachi. I think I was in there for like 45 minutes tops. What do you mean there's more? Like the segment off to the right here? Yeah. There's more off to the right here. To be fair, a large chunk of this is just one ultra, but it still scares me. Sachi, I'm really curious. How would you go about editing a stream like this? Would you just cut out the like failed attempts with like that don't have dialogue over the top of them? And then just stitch the rest of them together? This is somebody's maze in the like this is somebody's Lady of Pain maze. Chat, do you think the Lady of Pain is capable of casting Power Word Scrunch? Chat, do you think, who do you think would win in a fight? Madeline Celeste or Speedrunner Mario? Madeline Celeste, because she can air dash. Hi, Sky. How are you? I mean, technically speaking, Madeline Celeste can achieve infinite speed. Hell dimension of my own making. Was your birthday yesterday? I've been reading a lot of manga that you got yesterday. Nice. Happy late birthday. You want to know the worst part about this? The worst part about this is that, like, I was expecting to get stuck for a while, just due to the fact that I haven't played Celeste in a bit, and I'm jumping straight into expert levels. I don't think any amount of warming up would help with this at this point, because I've been doing this same room for like 2 hours at this point. Welcome in, Lily. How are you? Tired as always. I feel that. I hate how, like, I'll get more consistent at shit, and then I'll, like, you know, actually start making a little bit of progress, and then I'll fuck up once, and all of a sudden I'm back to just repeatedly screwing up the first jump. I wonder if the debug map would work with this, but I also still don't know the button to press to bring up the debug map. Ugh. Debug in what sense? There's like the in vanilla Celeste, there's like little map thing that you can pull up with a debug key. I don't know if it works for modded Celeste. It just pulls up like a map that shows the rooms in the immediate vicinity of you. Pretty sure that's part of Everest and not vanilla. I think it's in vanilla, it's just not activated in vanilla. Like, I think it's a inbuilt debug tool that's just in the game, but it's just not accessible under normal circumstances. Vanilla debug map doesn't preserve the session. I'm wondering how many rooms are left in Plasma Reactor. Chances are I'm probably not even halfway done, if I had to guess. But that's like always my guess now. Like, modded Celeste has conditioned me to believe that I'm never close to being done to finishing a level. Do I want that question answered? I think it's fine to be answered, yeah. Really? This is the last room outside of the berry room? But yeah, especially after trying to do the Minecraft level in crossover collab, I've hit the point with Celeste mod like levels where I'm just like, it ends when it ends. I cannot gauge how long that will take because like sometimes you get levels that are like really short and feel like they end like 2 to 3 rooms early. And then other times you get the Minecraft level from a Celeste crossover collab, and it's just like, man, you crammed an entire game worth of levels in, or of rooms in here. Like the sheer amount of rooms in that one level, I still haven't finished it. Honestly, all of the levels that I've played in crossover collab are really long. Strawberry Jam is usually around 7 to 10. Meanwhile, crossover collab is like minimum 30. Unless you're like the Dadish level or Catbird. And even then, I'm pretty sure Catbird is decently long as well. Pro Lab is different because it covers the whole game in a single map. Yeah. I'm really curious about the Hollow Knight level in crossover collab. Because, like, I've heard that it recreates a very large amount of the Hollow Knight map. I wasn't that big of a fan of crossover collab. I've liked what I've played. I just don't like how long it is. I liked the Deltarune level. Though a surprising portion of it was just like puzzle shit. Honestly, like, I can understand why people make puzzle levels. I do not like puzzle levels. Hell, there are a handful of puzzle levels in Strawberry Jam that I'm just like, eh. Dropsel from a beginner lobby. No. Fuck. Hidden boss fight is underwhelming and really bored while doing it. Yeah. I just generally don't like puzzle levels and like just in general. I think the most egregious example of a puzzle level that I really didn't like was the tower from Advanced Lobby. But then again, I think basically everybody hates the tower. See, the thing is that, like, the tower is a very well-designed map. It's just a well-designed map that's designed in such a way to piss you off. Oh, come on. I need my brain to, like, not be so tired. No! Fuck. What are you ah-ing about, Sachi? You ah-ing about the fuck up just there? And this is a green level as well, I'm pretty sure. Unless this is the very first yellow level. I'm pretty sure I'm still working on green expert, unless this is a yellow. This is yellow. Why is Madeline in this facility anyway? Honestly, it feels like both green and red levels are kind of like that. Because like there were a couple of advanced, like the last 2 advanced levels that I played, I think it was Synapse and the Tower. It took me far longer than multiple of the green expert levels did. And green to yellow advanced maps just with ultras. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Oh, fuck. I'm fucked. I find it really funny how, like, whenever I'm watching like a video of somebody playing Celeste, like I can imagine the inputs like pretty easily, and then like when I'm actually playing it, I struggle so much. Because like I watched somebody playing oh, what's it called? I think it's a Grandmaster map. It's the one that's like all neon colored, and it's like you've got like the different colored lines in the background that are like showing you what they like what they expect you to do, like the route that you are supposed to take. Humber, maybe. Yeah, I think it was Pinball Purgatory. Where like I saw somebody doing the first few rooms of that, and I was just like, this doesn't look that difficult. Just from like an input sense, but there was also Pretzel was playing I think it was Lava Layer. It might have been one of the other ones. That's a Grandmaster map that I was just like, this doesn't look too difficult from like a tech point of view. This just looks really fucking hard in general. I'm so bad at ultras. I hate this ultra setup. Yeah. I don't know. I like playing hard Celeste levels, but at the same time, it can be really frustrating getting stuck on one room for an entire stream. Look at A Change in Direction. That was another one that I feel like A Change in Direction absolutely should have been higher up in the difficulty list. Like, I feel like that one should have been at minimum yellow expert. Trying to do Dream Hypers is... I'm pretty sure A Change in Direction is green, because it was one of the first ones that I did when I got into Expert Lobby. And I spent 4 hours on the last room of it. It's not green? Did I just... Am I imagining shit? Am I misremembering the name? Oh no, it is yellow. So wait, I came in and I did a yellow map like almost first? Jeez. Clockwork was a fun level. Battle of the Bubble. Just that fucking level. Clockwork was such a good level. I got stuck on Battle in the Bubble for a long time. Like, the playtime says 6 hours. I think the actual like VOD of me finishing it is split between 3 separate parts because I just kept getting frustrated and swapping to something else. Mod makers make a skin for Madeline where she's stuck in a bubble. Strawberry Jam Expert has a lot of farewell final room syndrome in a handful of maps. As in the final room takes forever to do because it's a mile long. Because, yeah, I feel it. Honestly, even just even lower than expert, like advanced lobby has that problem as well. Yeah, I feel like the individual actions in the final room of farewell are not that difficult. But the fact that you have to string it all together with zero room for error is what... And the fact that that room is really long is what makes it so difficult. Yeah. You can definitely make more mistakes with the farewell final room than you can 7C's final room. Just in terms of like room to maneuver, because 7C gives you very little room to maneuver. But like a lot of the base game stuff is like not that bad. I hate that I keep not getting enough distance from that or enough height. I don't even know why I'm not getting enough height sometimes with that. Like, I'm doing the ultra inputs and I'm getting the ultra speed. I'm just not getting enough height to hit the traffic block. One of these days I should play Monica's D-sides. Installed it earlier today and was messing around with it. I'm just scared that Monica's D-sides is gonna be too difficult. I say as I'm playing Strawberry Jam Expert, but still. They primarily use like advanced tech, right? Come on. Mean to me. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this setup right at the beginning here. Is it a skill issue? 100%. You know, I should just unleash my secret of turning the music off so I can focus. Music is good, but like it uses up RAM in my brain. Really? I don't even know how I grabbed onto that tiny block. The way that I was holding onto the graphic block. Misinputs like that make me want to switch over to playing on keyboard. But I also really don't want to have to relearn all of my muscle memory for this game. Chat, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this tonight. We finished one room this stream. I hate that I keep somehow jumping off despite the fact that I'm doing exactly the same inputs every time. I don't know how I'm gaining height from that, but... Petroka doesn't let you finish this room. Yeah. One of these days I should get back into speedrunning this game. It's been way too long. I think it's been over a year since my last run. Celeste, I love you, but you gotta give me something here, please. There's something kind of funny about how if you do the ultra off the block too well, like at its furthest position at maximum speed, you just miss the platform entirely. Oh, fuck. Did I just not get like a full height jump off of that? With regards to the ultra question. I buffered the jump. I find it funny how like jump buffering is both really helpful and also actively detrimental. Why do I keep going up? Stop going up. I press dash first every time. Why am I wall jumping off of this? Did I see the Persona 6 announcement? Yeah, well, I saw that there was one. I didn't actually see the actual thing. I just saw that it got announced. It got announced and I was like, oh, that's neat. And then just... I haven't actually sat down and watched the trailer. Is it just me, like, clipping the very, very side of the block rather than not colliding with the block at all? Or is it another buffered jump situation? Honestly, I wonder if that might be what's happening with the, like sometimes going up, because you can jump while you're like a couple pixels off of something. I wonder if I'm buffering a jump like just as the block hits its end and just like jumping off of midair. That's probably not how that works. I'm kind of my brain is fried currently, and I don't have the brain power to remember how that shit actually works, but that was just dumb. I don't know why I did that. I feel like I'm not talking a lot, but that's because like this is taking all of my focus and I'm really tired. Probably be ending here in a minute. Just because I'm tired. Like, I don't know what's been up with me today. Like, I've just been extremely tired the entire night. Point where I almost didn't stream with my VTuber model tonight. I almost just did PNG tuber mode. I also think I've definitely hit the point where I'm just kind of like vaguely pressing buttons in the order that I think they're supposed to be pressed in. Because I feel like I've got very little actual intentionality between a whole bunch of my button presses, and that's a bad sign. It's like I'm not actually thinking about half of my button presses, I'm just autopiloting. I know why that happens, where you just do a wave onto something and get no boost. It doesn't make it feel any less shit whenever it happens. Like for this, the literal like string of inputs that I'm doing is basically down diagonal dashing and then repeatedly alternating jump and dash for a split second to try and hit the right window. Like there's very little actual like brain power going into it because of the tired EP. Oh yeah, that was another puzzle level that I wasn't a huge fan of. Pointless machines. The worst part is that, like, I know what I have to do. I just need... I need, like, one good, like, execution. Because what I'm supposed to do here is I'm supposed to grab onto the side of this block, wait for it to move out, and then basically do the inputs for a super off of this block here. Like this block. I'm supposed to do like a block boosted super off of that to get over here. Grab this, then go under and do a wall bounce off the little lip here to get up to here. And then from here, I don't know if this is a chained ultra. It might be. I think this is a chained ultra. Wow, big yawn. Okay. I'm going to call it there, so I can go pass out. I should be back tomorrow with something. I guess we'll see how much Celeste energy I've got left in me after tonight. Trying to think. So, I have to be frank, I have no idea what I'm streaming tomorrow. It might be more Celeste. It's definitely not going to be Xenoblade. I love Xenoblade. We need some time apart. I don't know. Maybe I'll finally dust off Curse Crackers and stream that. This truly was our stream of Maddie going insane. No, if you want a stream of Maddie going insane, go watch a part, what, 30? I think it might be 28 actually of Strawberry Jam, but not Xenoblade. Guess it'll be Xenogears then. No, if it's any of the Xeno games, it's gonna be Saga actually. You take a day off or your day off. Sitting down with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and saying it's not me, it's you. No, it's, well, a little bit. it's a little bit Xenoblade 2's problem. And Maddie going up the Chrono Trigger mountain stream. No, the funniest thing about that, Solar, is that it was 2 streams. One of them was like most of it, but there was a little bit more on the others on another stream. Or actually, no, I think it was just 1 stream. If it wasn't 1 stream, it has very minimal overlap, I think, actually. I don't know, maybe we'll do like Zelda or something. Maybe Maddie will finally get back to Elden Ring that she hasn't touched in like a year. Actually closer to like 6 months, but still. Xenoblade 2, then suddenly Giga Gaia. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm laughing at everything, and that's how you can tell I'm tired. Oh my god. Let's see who there is to raid. I swear, I'm gonna like lie down and immediately pass the fuck out. Stardew Valley stream. You see, you joke, I do actually... Oh, hey, actually... we can go poke Pretzel. Pretzel's working on a Celeste task. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope to see you here tomorrow. I don't know. Have a good one and take care, everyone.